Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, HTG Brian, back with more LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is level 33, Reap What You Solo Free Play. We're going to ring off all 6 of those Kyber bricks, including the True Jedi Stat Eye, and of course all 5 Minikits and all 3 challenges. Now, there is quite a bit of story-based bits right at the beginning of this level, so if you're in a hurry to get to the collectibles, you might want to utilize those quick links down below in the video description. If not, just go ahead and follow along and we'll guide you through each and every one of these tasks. There is a point where we do a little bit of backtracking, which may or may not be sort of extra, if you will, but it was just the safest and easiest way, and it also prevented us from failing record capture and having to redo it. So when you guys are ready, go ahead and choose episode 7 and level 3, Reap What You Solo Free Play, so we can have access to all those extra guys. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you get those extra guys? Well, you got to choose free play. Otherwise, story will lock you into a select group of characters. And I'm sure by now you guys all know that, but there's still a handful of questions coming in just like that. So not everybody's a Christmas noob, but some people are. Christmas noob. That's such a funny saying. Like it applies to more than just the holiday time of the year, but that's usually when a bunch of people, a wave of new people get a game, usually regarding the holidays. All right, we've gone ahead and advanced the story just a wee bit, which required us to go upstairs and, oh no, it's a Rathtar. We're going to go ahead and flee and successfully get away because of this door that slams and locks it into place. But now we've got a few things to push around, including a scoundrel point on the far right side. Now, I was a little thrown for a loop. Did you notice that there was a point that showed that I could use the Force on the left side of the room there? No idea what that's for. No idea why they gave you access to the Force boxes in a room that has nothing with Force stuff. Like, you can't even get any studs. You can't find a new section of the... I don't know what it was for, but kind of a weird, I guess, a misdirection, if you will. All right, we've gone ahead and used the scoundrel point, which dropped that box down below so that Rey and Finn can go ahead and put things into place. Now, I got stuck here. I got a little bit of a funny angle situation happening there, but we got it into place. And now we're going to go grab this other box and move it along the checkerboard path that's missing the checkerboard. I hope they bring that back in future LEGO games. Like, I really do. I hope that the checkerboard path is something that they realize, wait a minute, why didn't we bring that back? Because that was such a key staple, like, design thing for so many years over so many games, and I'm not sure why they took it away. All right, we pushed the one box with the control panel into place, hooking it up to the power, and then we got the other box locked in front of the conveyor belt, which actually sent it down or up to Han and Chewie. So now we just got to press the button and all phooey, enough of Yui. We're going to go ahead and take out that Rathtar with a couple of missiles. That's getting the job done effectively, if I do say so myself. Now, as soon as we gain control here, we're actually going to have an option for a challenge called the High Ground. This bad boy requires us to find a route to the vantage point. So it's kind of homage to the, you know, the big famous saying, I've got the high ground, Anakin. You know, remember? I'm sure you do. All right, choose your favorite astromech and step up to the mech panel and get your... No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go ahead and solve it from the inside out. And of course, once we do, we're just going to follow the old waypoint marker up, and around. And then we're going to get to that vantage point, and it'll give you the challenge. Once you do, we're actually going to hit the brakes and turn right around and run right back down. Reason for it is there is another Minikit at the end of the hall, and I find that could be missed. It could be missed, right? So there's also a scoundrel point, which I thought about doing right now, because in my scouting run, I actually nailed it right there. But it should be noted that you can drop the ramp that allows you to get to that upper side, and we'll go ahead and show you how to do that in a minute, which basically leads us to a Minikit. So, all right, we're officially at the door. We're going to toggle over to our other characters, though. So basically, we proceeded with where we needed to be, and now we're toggling over, and we've got the high ground challenge done did, but we're going to advance as if we didn't. Does that make sense? All right, as we continue to go through the hallway here with Rey, we're going to see a Rathtar go running by, chasing some of the baddies. And eventually, in a hot second here, we're going to find ourselves with an option to do a wall run to get right over this guy. We're not going to want to do that, though. We're actually going to want to pull out a scavenger, if you don't have one out already. We're going to need that breaker blaster, so go ahead and press the circle button. I guess it could be different for you depending on which platform you're on. Go ahead and blast that ceiling away. Now, it should be noted that before you advance, be super careful because there is a crack in the floor. In fact, you can see it right there. If you advance to that crack, you will fall down below and you probably won't be able to get back up. Now, you might be able to toggle quickly to your other character, saving the fall, but really what we need to do is yeet a grenade at the silver wall and then toggle over to a character which we like, Boba or Jango Fett, because they can glide across things with their jetpack. And of course, in our case, we jetted across and got that Minikit, which happens to be the first of 5. Once you've collected that kit, it should be safe to drop down below and get your Minikit eradication on. That's right. Bye-bye. There's a handful of them. For once, we're not actually getting any kind of collectible by taking them out. It's just simply irradiating the batting. Kind of, right? They're kind of like bats. All right, in the next room, we've got a couple of, what are these guys again? Wampa rats, I think is what they're called. We'll take those guys down, and then we're going to want to focus on this collectible detector icon here that's showing that they've got these 3 red square buttons. Over in the corner, hiding behind some debris, is actually the solution, which happens to be green, purple, yellow. Simply press each button until the colors match up, which again is green, purple, yellow. We did find that it was pretty efficient to go ahead and press both of each of the second buttons until you got the color needed. Just sped things up just ever so slightly because it does take a second for the button to reset and allow you to press it again. Once that color combo has been completed, it's going to go ahead and reveal a giant gold, I guess it's a, I don't know, coffin, case, chest, whatever it is, melt it down with your favorite bounty hunter, and in our case, it was Jango Fett. And then on the other side of the room, we're going to find ourselves a grapple plug. So Jango works well for that. Go ahead and pull the old plug and build up the bouncing bricks on the ground to reveal what looks like some sort of a cockpit or like a gunner seat of sorts. Reminds me of the Falcon, right? Don't get cocky, kid. All right, hop in that, though, and it's going to actually take us upstairs and get your blast on, including the generator in the corner. It should give you the challenge credit, which for us was the final one, which was actually turret takeover, as you can see noted on screen there. Once we clear the room, though, we'll go ahead and toggle back over to our other part of our crew, which you can see in the background there. Chewie's running around. I don't know, I just felt like taking out all the bad guys with this turret. Why not? They all seem to keep respawning, though. I felt like it was kind of an endless series of baddies. All right, I think we're all good with that, so we'll toggle out of the gun and over to our other heroes. Actually, first we're going to go slam this fuse into place. It's going to give us a little bit of power upstairs, although I do forget to hit the button. But I sort of did that on purpose. I guess I shouldn't say I forgot to do it. Really, once I figure out where the crap I am here, going to turn around and advance into this room. Now, as soon as you do, you get the scoundrel icon popping up, and I know where it is. It's up there on that high right side, but for some reason, it's a bit of a funny angle, and it wouldn't let me latch onto it. So maybe lock onto it by sort of lazily leaning to the left. Oh, ironically, that's Han's famous move. And of course, once you knock it out, it's going to actually give the power to those conveyor belt up top. You can see that one device move. Now, second one smashed into it with a silver brick. And if you didn't notice, there was actually a couple of blue, what looked like fuses, kind of like those purple things that just popped out. Over on the right-hand side, I actually shot those, and it lowered the ramp, giving me access up here. Easy for me to say. And once we're up here, we're going to need to switch to a character who can yeet a grenade to take out them silver bricks. Inside is Minikit number 3. And we are ready to advance. Well, sort of. We got to go back downstairs and hit that button so that we can go ahead and continue with this astromech panel. Now, if you hit the button, you might have been able to do that astromech panel and advance without collecting that Minikit. So that's, like I said, I accidentally did it, but I didn't really accidentally do it. I intentionally didn't do it. All right, I guess I proved my point. I did it on purpose, guys. All right, we'll go ahead and use this astromech panel now. Of course, BB-8 was our loaded-in character, so we're going to go ahead and use him. R2, R4, lots of others will do the job as well. Once you've solved it from the inside out, it should open the door and allow us into a new room where it's going to give us a nice little cinematic camera pan here where it shows Buddy up top, and then I think he flips a switch and takes off. Regardless, we actually need to go ahead and use the push switch in this room to go ahead and reveal what looks like some sort of a forklift. It's like a futuristic forklift. And we're going to go ahead, and there it is. Spin it around until we have access to the forklift, and that upper left door is open. The reason for that is because we're going to pull this bad boy into place, it's going to go ahead and use its forklift system to pick up a box. And that box actually has a ladder on it too, which is pretty sweet. So pull this thing into place, hit the switch, it's going to do its thing, and then we can push it right back and get up top that ladder and swoop up to that left side and grab that mini kit. Now, I don't think you'll have any troubles getting up there, but it should be noted that if you can't quite make that double jump, somebody like, Jango Fett, Boba Fett could be used, or you could even push this whole unit over to the far left side as the checkerboard box does go over there. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it does. It's actually much larger than it appears. It's kind of like that little saying in the rear view, the objects in the mirror are much larger than they appear. So this room is much larger. Now, you don't even really need to do anything but push it around further until the right side flap drops down, giving us access to get up and over, just like Buddy in that cinematic scene we saw earlier. Now, there is a purple stud over behind those boxes we just ran by, so if you're hurting for cash, go ahead and find the stash. It's over there. Right. There's actually at least one more purple in this final room, too, so if you haven't hit that True Jedi yet, which I'm assuming you have, but if you haven't, there should be plenty of stuff to smash around in here. And just note that there's two switches, one right here, and it's going to swing around and show us the other one on the far side of the Falcon. Those two, once both of those are pressed, that ends the level. So make sure you've got all your mini kits, all your challenges, and your True Jedi status by the time you flip both of them buttons. But inside here, we're going to take out all the baddies, and then over on the far left side of the room is going to be a small box with a little bit of glass on it. And if you look inside, you can see there's a mini kit in there. We're going to bypass the viewing section. We're actually just going to hop into BB-8, roll on over there, and swoop that bad boy up. Woo to the who! All right, so if you've been following along, you've got all 5 mini kits, all 3 challenges, and likely that True Jedi status. It's up to you if you want to complete this level or not. We're going to grab a few more studs and go ahead and get her completed. Basically, all you need to do is, over on the left-hand side, you have to use the astromech panel. Technically, I guess it's still the left. When you come into the room, it's the front left corner. Solve it from the inside out. It's going to go ahead and move this box up and around. We didn't jump on it fast enough to go ahead and get up there in the first go, so we'll have to wait for it to return flight. Once it does, we'll hop up there and ride it up to the high left side, which then we can jump onto another handheld, which will then drive us all the way over to the first switch that the cinematic camera pan showed us. There we go. We're up, and away. Ooh. I'm a little nervous, if you couldn't tell. All right, once we get over here, we'll go ahead and jump off and grab the switch. Now, it shows us a swooping motion. You can see that half of the door opened to the outside, but it also is really showing us the switch. I tried to cheese the jumps while it was loading to get across the Falcon, and I fell. It is possible to actually jump onto the Falcon and double jump onto that far side, especially if you got like Boba or Jango out with the jetpack. But if you fell, or maybe just couldn't find the way over there, we're going to use the net launcher over on a far side wall. You can see here, it's got the icon for us to pull out old Wicket. And that's right, we'll grab the net launcher and place two spots, and up we go. That was a weird, I don't know if that was like a display glitch or something. It looked a little blippy to me, but we haven't had any blips in quite a while. All right, go ahead and use the wall run and all the way over. And like I said, don't flip this switch until you are ready to be done did. If you are, woo to the who, guess what? We are done, and hopefully you are too. That'd be the worst if you got, and you're like, oh no, I didn't get True Jedi. I warned you a couple times, but all right. So officially back in the hangar on Hoth. And we're going to go ahead and make our way over to where we're going to show you the final totals. All right. Reap what you solo. Level complete. We got that True Jedi status, for those of you who aren't into the Brian lingo yet. And, yeah, we actually almost doubled it. We needed 80K, and we got 158 and some change. So literally almost doubled it. We got the high ground for taking that special route. We got the Rathtar Ruse for dropping the breaker blaster stuff on him, and the turret takeover for grappling and building that turret and shooting them from down below. And, of course, all 5 mini kits build up into, what do we got here? Oh, that's right. It's the Aravana Microfighter. Woot! All right. We are getting pretty collected with those characters and vehicles. I think we're into the 200s now. We still got like 150 to go, but, I mean, come on. 150 characters still left? That's craziness. Anyways, guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for level 33, Reap What You Solo Free Play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Of course, big shout out to Tyler P for putting together this guide for me. And if you haven't checked it out already, HappyThumbsGaming.com is a great place to do that. Check us out on social media as well. And for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time.